Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with critical competencies that you need as a young man to see continuous improvement in your life. We speak about competencies you need for continuous improvement in your life. Now, you need to see continuous improvement in your life as a young man, because without continuous improvement, one, you're going to find your life to be boring. Number two, you'll find your life to be stagnant. Number three, you'll feel frustrated. You'll feel unsuccessful. You'll start comparing yourself with your peers, and you'll feel like you didn't achieve anything. And this is what elevates stress amongst our young people, and majority of them become even suicidal. And I don't want you as a young man to reach that stage. So therefore, it is very important that you consider improving every day in your life, what we call continuous improvement. But continuous improvement doesn't just come willy-nilly. It will come by having what we call competencies in your life. And these are the competencies that we speak about that will bring what we call continuous improvement in your life. Today, I want to say another critical competency that you need if you want to see continuous improvement in your life is what we call innovation and creativity. Wow. I cannot emphasize enough on the need for innovation in your life, the need for creativity in your life. Now, people that are not creative in life, they're living what we call a boring life, because their life is forever routine-based, and there's nothing new that is happening in their lives. Now, as a result, then the life becomes boring. And as a young man, your mind doesn't get activated when you're not creative enough. Remember that God gave you the brains not to decorate the head. God gave you the mind not to actually just become a decoration to you. Now, the mind is there to work so that you can be able to use the mind and become creative with it. Now, every one of us has got a capacity to be creative. Remember that when God made man, the first man, Adam, in the Garden of Eden, we remember that this man used to be very highly intelligent. He used to have a lot of wisdom as well. He used to name all animals. And as he named them, the naming was creativity. So in other words, when he said, this animal is a lion, the words were creating a lion out of that. It was creating the carnivore part of it. It was creating the roaring part of it. It was creating the behavior out of it. It was actually very creative words by speaking them through. And it is because of the creativity that God has given Adam that particular time. He has given him a high level of creativity whereby he could tilt the ground and plant seeds that could, as a result, bear fruits. And that's very important. He could be creative on how to make food for himself because God didn't spoon feed him in the garden. Now, the same creativity that God has imparted in Adam in the Garden of Eden is the same creativity that every human being has. Even you as a young man, and you cannot say, but I'm young, I cannot have this creativity. You cannot say, but I'm born from a poor family, I cannot have this creativity. You cannot say, but I'm born in isolation in the farm somewhere, in the bush somewhere. I'm born from a family that was not educated. You cannot say that, because creativity is not a product of school. Creativity is not a product of being born from wise or clever parents. Creativity is not a product of having been in a certain place or born in a certain family and so on. But creativity is something that has been imparted in you by God in the beginning. So you've got creativity in you. So, but if you don't use your creativity, it becomes redundant in you. It becomes so dormant rather. And you find that when it is dormant, you may not even be able to find it actually active in you. Therefore, you find yourself thinking that you're not creative. But the creativity in you is inborn because God has planted it in you from the word God. The word go. When you were born with creativity in you. Now, is it for everybody? Yes. Everybody is creative at a certain level, and God has actually put that creativity in you. Now, I'm saying as a young man, you have got creativity in you that used to rise, to raise that lion of creativity in you. You have to be recognizing it, that it is there. You have to activate it and make sure that it is there and it is active, and you become creative in everything that you do. Now, we speak about creativity and innovation. Is thinking out of the box. We're talking about doing things that you don't normally do. We talk about things that nobody has done in the past. So you don't have to repetitively do things that people are doing and things that you're think that you're creative. And as a young man, if you have to improve every day in your life and continuously improve, therefore I'm urging you that you must be creative in life. You must rise up from that lazy mind feeling of saying I'm not creative and I'm not innovative and so on. But you are innovative naturally in you. As I said, God has implanted this in you, and that cannot fail. But make sure that you are opening up your mind, you're thinking out of the box, and you start to believe in yourself as well, to say, I can do all things through Christ who is in me. Remember that you've got the creative spirit of God in you. You're carrying God inside of you. So therefore, you are able to become creative. You are able to be creative like God, as He has imparted this in you. There is this God in you who is creative enough, and you can be creative as well. As a young man, if you want to see yourself improving, think out of the box and be creative. Now, secondly, if you want to improve daily and find yourself continuously improving, you need what we call a skill that is called adaptability and flexibility. If you want to improve every day, you want to see continuous improvement in your life, you need actually the competency called adaptability and flexibility. And this is very important. There are many of us who are not adaptable enough. And that's the reason why we find that things don't improve in our lives. Because when we get to places that we are uncomfortable with, we quickly quit. We quickly walk away, but only to find that that is a platform of your improvement. That is a place where you will learn. And that is why we have seen young men that walk out of the gathering of people, whereby you say, I'm an introvert, I'm not comfortable in public, I cannot speak in public, I cannot gather around with other people, and you're denying yourself an ability to see improvement in your life, because that is a platform of improvement, whereby you are going to learn from other people, you are going to learn just from the environment itself, and you just needed to become adaptable in that situation. Adapt to the people that you are with and remain there until you learn out of them. And you'll start to see things improving. Because the very same people that are there, you are placed amongst them for a purpose. Because God has got a plan of you improving in your life and becoming a better person as a young man, because God has brought you in such an environment for that reason. And that is why then adaptability becomes very important. Now, being adaptable and is brought about by being flexible. And I must make you aware that things cannot be going your way all the time. And things are not going to happen the way you want them to happen all the time. You need to be flexible in mind, and you're going to need to be flexible physically as well. Whereby you're going to be in places that you're supposed to be there. You may not be comfortable, but be able to be flexible and adaptable as well. And I've seen young men that would leave the shores of South Africa and go to Europe, whereby they are going to display their talent, maybe in football, maybe in rugby, maybe in any other kind of sport. And they are leaving the warmth of Africa. And they arrive in European cold, freezing winters, and whereby snow is there always. And every day it is snowing and cold. And a young man who's coming from a warm and heat of Africa failed to become adaptable, failed to become flexible in Europe, and they quickly come back and they deny themselves of opportunity of lifetime, whereby instead of remaining there and being adaptable and flexible and make money there and improve their lives there and become better there in their skills, they quit and they come back home. And you ask them why? No, because it's too cold in Europe. Listen to this, young man. It is cold, yes, but you can be adaptable. It is cold, yes, but you can be flexible, because yes, Europe is not Africa, and it's not going to be everywhere where the climate will favor you. So remember that if you have to improve, you have to face actually untoward climates, untoward temperatures sometimes. Sometimes you have to face problems that you never thought that you'll face. And as you are facing these challenges, be adaptable and become flexible as well. And that is the way you're going to see improvement in your life. I want to stop here. Your host, Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are there to develop ordinary young men into extraordinary men of wisdom, integrity, and character. And we're dealing with this by imparting kingdom principles unto you as a young man. And I believe that you have learned quite a bit out of this, and your life shall never be the same. And you have learned, and you are a better person from now on, and the good Lord will bless you. Remember, before I check out right now, our TikTok account that is trending. So please follow us on our TikTok account, Micornus Phokane. Remember our YouTube channel, Micornus Phokane, and Young Men Empowerment Forum as well. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click notification button. Remember our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum as well. Like those, follow us on that platform. Your life shall never be the same. And as you follow us, please make sure that you check our previous materials that were posted as well. That may be very relevant for your life right now, and your life shall never be the same. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.